Well, look who it is. Welcome to mi casa. Today we are switching things up. I'm gonna take you into an intimate detail into my life. We're gonna do massages and I'm gonna teach you about my personal life. So I have this motto: you either plan for success or you plan for failure. So every night I put together a whole mishmash of what I'm going to do in the morning. So repping my Metabolic, I'm going to do my pre-workout, which this has been life-changing for me for prep. It's a fat burner and a pre-workout at the same time. You don't need to take multiple things. So I use this for my pre-workout as well as something that's super important, whether you're in off-season or on-season, whether you're a beginner, whether you're advanced, CGP. Now, why I love this creatine so much is there's no bloat whatsoever. And when you're dieting, especially as hard as I am, the contraction is really hard to put together mind to muscle connection because you're lacking in macronutrients. This helps a lot. So if you're in prep, this is a magical combination to put together. Oh, and use code LATITAN10 for your discount. Also, in the morning, I do an elixir. So I love Vitagen. Again, another Metabolic product, and lemonade's my actual favorite. This is delicious. So this has a slew of different vitamins, and this is good for athletes, non-athletes, anyone that is looking to improve their health and wellness. It is good for metabolic health. It is good for recovery. If you have a really stressful day, this will help to calm you down. I also have glutamine, and what I love about glutamine, it's not only for athletes. Glutamine is amazing for digestion and gut health. So what I do is I do 2 scoops a day of this. I do one post-workout as well as in my morning elixir. It has helped dramatically with my digestion as well as muscle recovery. Guys, this is an all-important supplement. If you're going to take one thing out of anything, definitely do glutamine. Also, I do super greens. I am dieting really hard, so this is very important, again, for gut health, but overall health and wellness. Again, if you're an athlete or just a normal, everyday, happy, amazing Joe, you can use this. I also do activated charcoal. This helps to balance your pH in your stomach. So again, if you're having digestion issues, this is key, especially if your diet is kind of like wonky after the holidays. You know, we got a little bit messy. Incorporate some charcoal. You'll find a lot of benefits from it. Also, I use colon broom. This is a fiber supplement, so when you're dieting really hard, you have digestion issues, it's key to intake more fiber. This is a great product. And finally, I do collagen. Good for the skin, the interior, the exterior, overall amazing product. So I do this every morning. I put in about, I would say, that much of aloe, and I also do the amazing apple cider vinegar in there. Try this elixir. Let me know what you think because I would love to hear your response about this magicness that I do. So guys, we are changing things up today. You've been seeing me training, but now I'm going to show you the recovery side and how I get to where I have gotten to. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Carlos. I've been working with him for like 4 years now. He is a genius. I have a lot of injuries over the years, and I'm telling you, Carlos is a miracle worker. And whether you're an athlete like myself or a person who just works in an office all day, massage therapy is so important. It's helping with posture, it's helping with engagement, it's helping with recovery. There's a slew of benefits, and he is going to tell you all about them today.
Yes. So basically, for athletes or just regular people, massage needs to be tailored to basically get the results you're looking for as fast as possible. So not going through a routine per se, but acknowledging all the techniques that we have available and tailoring each section to get the results we're looking for. No matter where the injury is or what the injury is, we always have a plan on how to recover. So we strategize and we tailor each session to get the results she's looking for, depending on the workout, depending on the muscle, the injury, the pain, or even the repetitive motion that you're gonna have on your daily lifestyle.
So I'm on my feet quite often. I'm a trainer, and I know my clients are going to get such a kick out of this, watching me go through what he's going to put me through. But I'm often on my feet. So helping with posture, keeping me upright, making sure that my body is functioning to the utmost of its importance and abilities is super crucial for me to progress during my pro career. Now I'm about to get ready for my pro debut, and I want to make sure that I'm injury free and that I'm still growing into the show. And releasing muscle fascia, this is good for athletes, okay?
Yeah.
How you grow is getting blood into the muscle. He's going to show you how he does that with me, whether it's through fixing some of my injuries or releasing some tension. Right now I have a pinched nerve going down my trap area, so he's releasing that so I can get engagement again, and you guys get to see a sneak peek of what it is.
Yes, sir. All right, so right now we're gonna do a tense unit on her neck for that pinched nerve. What a tense unit does is that it shoots a current of electricity through your nervous system to block out the pain signal. See, the pain signal is rhythmic. So if the pain signal is going at a rhythm that the brain can capture, this basically overwhelms the brain with more activity and more sensation that it can possibly capture to block out that signal. And that way we fool the brain into having less pain in the area before I get into work on it. An EMS system is going to actually, instead of work on the pain signal, it's going to work on activating the muscles that you can't activate properly or fully to help you. So it activates the muscle, it communicates with your brain, and you activate it or you contract even further by having that communication being already established for you. So as we leave the tense unit and some heat on the top part to start relaxing, we're going to start working on the bottom half of her body. Her left side is having a little bit of issues on her knee, but you see basically the thigh be completely straight, and then the knee actually rotates out like that, and you see the heel pointing out, everything being rotated in the bottom, and then the top part is straight. No wonder she has pain on the knee while she does squats and leg straight leg races, and any deadlifts are gonna basically bother her. So we're gonna work on basically bringing this back into the center and aligning that heel on a straight line through the middle so everything gets basically in perfect alignment. So we work on the muscles that basically rotate the knee, put pressure on them, and bring the bottom part towards me as I press on those muscles to start releasing and decontract. But also when I get to the top of the shoulder, I'm pushing that shoulder blade low. The lower the shoulder blade goes, it opens up the lateral rotation of the shoulder, which will alleviate the pressure on the nerve by expanding the space in between the vertebrae.
Oh yeah, you're expanding it all right, Carlos.
How does it feel?
It feels great.
Amazing. It feels amazing. So right now I'm going to go into the rotators of the shoulder. There's two major ones up here, supraspinatus and infraspinatus, but most of them actually are on the side of the body or underneath the scapula. So I actually have to go from underneath to let them relax and decontract. This helps out anybody, especially people who lift heavy weights or people who are on a desk job all day, because they wing out their shoulders to put their arms on the desk and type and bring their shoulder blades up to do their mouse hand. So what I do here is put pressure on those muscles, allow them to decontract underneath that pressure, and move the shoulder blade around to give it more range of motion, and then locate it lower into the body and traction it.
And when it's in the proper place, you have better muscle engagement, so you can feel the muscles that you're actually trying to work rather than compensating muscles.
Yes, so by locating the shoulder blade properly, instead of loading into the small stabilizing muscles, you're going to load into the big movers. So lats, chest, like pecs, your rhomboids and your trapezius all have to work in unison. When you're doing shoulder press, when you're doing lat pull downs, they all work in unison. They all work together as a team. But the stabilizers need to stabilize the shoulder blade before they actually do that. So first we do a little bit of massage to warm up the area and make the fascial tissue really nice and pliable. We worked on the back side, the posterior side. We worked on the lateral side. So it should be all pretty nice and loose. After I warm up the quads and I go through tibialis anterior for any pronations or any problems on the bottom part of the leg, I am going to take the time to stretch and manipulate her entire leg to be aligned and have the proper range of motion in every single movement, starting with the hamstring stretch and then pulling on the fascial tissue on the foot.
This one's an amazing stretch for your hamstring.
Yes. So the thing is that the fascial tissue connects your entire body. So there's a fascial train that connects your toes all the way to the back of the head. So by adding a hamstring stretch and then pulling on your toes, you're actually performing a full body stretch. If I take this and I pull it further into a stretch, and then I pull on the toes, the first thing you see is the reaction of her trying to move her head to give me more rope. And here we go to the side again, then work on the muscles that are really deep on the side of the hip to come out at me so I can actually work on them and get that hip to kind of drop down, as you see, and then down towards me, and then automatically brings all the range of motion
There's
into play.
a theory that he always says, it's from the hip. Everything's from the hip.
Yeah, tractions down, relax. And now, turn the palm up, keep rotating it out as much as you can, and then reach down towards your knee again, and relax. What that does automatically is lengthen her neck and open up that space between shoulder and ear. So there is no contraction and no lack of space, so no nerve pinching. So after all the work that we have done in locating her shoulder blade even lower into her back, we're going to test out that lateral rotation. And as you see, her lateral rotation almost hits the table, but does not get to the table. It relaxes a little bit above. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that scapula and just move it lower into her back, just helping her a little bit. And that lowering right there automatically has her drop past the table. So opening the lateral rotation and setting that scapula flat against the table will actually give her the proper position for shoulder press and bench press and all the shoulder workouts you want with injury prevention.
And posture, because a lot of people have crummy posture. So by doing this, now I can stand more erect. My chest is nice and high. My breathing is proper. Also, this is really good for posing. So a lot of people, when they pose, they don't put their breath into their chest. They're not able to because they're rotated forward. By doing things like this, incorporating massages from Carlos, or just doing your stretching, which he also incorporates, then I'm able to get into better posing. So you can show off the muscles that you've worked so hard for.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think that lifting and nutrition are what gets you to the point of being a pro bodybuilder, but recovery is part of it too. So I'm going to heat up this meal and get my nutrition in. But today you got to see me, really see a different side of what lifters need to incorporate. Lifters, everyday people, you really need to get your body upright in proper position for you to not only feel the muscles that you need to propel yourself forward to become a professional bodybuilder, but also nutrients. They're not going to fill through the muscle correctly if you're not opening up the muscle fascia. So all those carbs you're eating will go to your stomach instead of where they need to grow your muscles. So I'm going to put this in my handy dandy air fryer. I'm going to get my food on, get to sleep, and if you take away anything from this video today, besides for the fact of seeing me like this, which I know you got enjoyment out of, go make an appointment with a massage therapist. Make sure he has a lot of good reviews. Make sure he is professional and knows what he's talking about. Because if you have a therapist as well as a masseuse, you are going to be in grade A condition. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Don't forget to use code LATITAN10 when you set up with Metabolic to get your discount and support La Titan and the Metabolic fam.